Now hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are back in Colombia. And of course we're back to check out another very special infamous airport. Now in today's video, let's check out Simón Bolívar International Airport, which actually serves the city of Santa Marta. Again in Colombia, this is where we are. Actually this is at the Caribbean coast. And well yeah, this is kind of South America again. And you know, if you have watched previous videos on the channel, then you might already know that, you know, in South America you can find very special and especially dangerous airports. Now today we are at just another one. Now my idea to make a video about this airport came actually from an Instagram post. That post actually showed what once happened here at this airport. Yes, I think everyone should know this picture of this ERJ jet taking a sip of seawater. Yeah, this is actually kind of funny. Yeah, this was back in 2007, I think, when an Embraer regional jet overran the runway and actually almost sunk into the water. Luckily it didn't. This was not a very fatal crash, luckily. Now, the overrun happened during the landing. Here it says, after touchdown, the aircraft did not stop as expected, overran the runway and came to rest with its nose in the sea. All 59 occupants were rescued. Oh wow, this was only a 4 months old plane. That is actually pretty sad. Oh wow, there have actually been a few accidents at this airport. Yeah, the list goes on and on. Yeah. There seems to be something pretty dangerous about this airport, and you know, just looking at this runway I can understand exactly what that is, but let's talk about that later on. Now let's start this off with something easy and small. This is the Avro jet. This is a plane that can operate at small runways like, you know, London City. This is actually a pretty nice plane, even though it's being retired right now. Yeah, a lot of airlines are actually replacing their Avros with newer planes. You know, Swiss International Airlines, they also replaced their Avros with some brand new A220s, which definitely makes sense. I mean, this plane is pretty old. Now, these short runway capabilities that I was talking about a minute ago, these are needed here. This is only a 5,600 feet runway, which is around 1,700 meters. I think my local private airport has as much runway as this one has, and this is actually a commercial airport. Yeah, you do actually have 737s and A320s operating here, which I'm not quite sure about, but whatever. We'll see later on if the 737 will be able to safely operate here. But first of all, let's check this runway out with the Avro. You know, let's start simple. We don't want to like die immediately, right? Alright, we'll move over the Avro jet. As I've said before, this is quite an outdated plane, but it does definitely have something to it. Now, let's just go ahead and take off. Full power, and there we go, let's take off. And we actually used a lot of the runway, and we genuinely do not have a lot of spare runway here. Alright, and in front of us we have the city of Santa Marta. That's pretty nice. Oh, this is actually quite a large city. Let me just remind you, this little airport with this short runway is the only airport in the region. Let me just show you the VFR map. There are actually no other airports serving this city, which is definitely a problem. Yes. Alright, now obviously the Avro didn't have any issues flying at this airport. It is legally able to fly here as well. So let's move on to a bigger plane. This is the Max 10. Yeah, this is the 737 Max 10, and this is the maximum, the biggest plane that can actually fly here. I think the biggest plane that can fly here is the A321, and you know, the A321 is not the biggest plane on Earth, and well, the 737 Max 10 is pretty much the equivalent to the A321. These planes are of similar size, so you know what, let's actually try landing and especially stopping the 737 Max here. It should work, at least on paper. Yeah, again, this is actually the limit of what this airport can serve. Now, let's just go ahead and try a landing now. Alright, let's now try this, the 737 Max. I'm expecting this to genuinely work. You know, the 737, I have never really had any landing issues with it. Now that was an alright landing. Landings here, I can imagine, are not pretty smooth. Alright, I'm fully in the brakes, maximum brakes now. No, that actually worked. Alright. Not too bad. It could have actually gone wrong. Now, of course, we were landing in perfect conditions. We didn't have any winds going on, no weather. And let me just tell you, we're in the ocean pretty much, which means that there's gonna be a lot of wind on the regular occasion, but that's another story. Now, this planet obviously was able to stop here. It is, after all, legally able to operate here when it comes to runway length, but this airport, it's not certified for any wide-body aircraft. So let's actually go against the rules and fly some wide-body aircraft here. Am I right? Now we'll obviously begin with a smaller one. Let's try something like the 767. Alright, we'll come aboard the 767 now. This is a wide-body aircraft, which is not certified to operate here. Now, by the way, a lot of you guys might be asking yourselves what airlines actually fly here. It's 4 in total: Avianca, Avianca Express, LATAM Colombia, and Viva Air Colombia. They all fly to several destinations in the country, in Colombia. Yeah, only national flights are being served here. I mean, this is actually an international airport, but, you know, I don't know. Alright, let's see. In paper, this takeoff shouldn't work, right? Or at least what we're doing isn't a safe takeoff, but to my eye, this was actually pretty nice. Not bad. Now, you know what? Let's actually try to land this very same plane. Now, in order for a plane to be certified to be able to safely operate at a place, that very plane needs to be able to stop even with reduced braking, which basically means that we're not going to use any reverse thrusters from the engines, which is obviously going to increase our stopping distance by a lot. So this can be quite interesting. Let's see if the 767 can stop here even without reverse thrusters. That was a pretty smooth landing. There we go. Oh, that was actually quite nice, huh? This could have definitely gone worse, right? It turns out the 767 is able to operate here just fine. Very nice. Alright, that worked out just fine. You know what? Let's actually move on to a bigger plane. Of course, we're gonna use the 777. Alright, let's try to land the way bigger 777 now, just like we landed the 767 without reverse thrusters. Okay. Oh yeah, I can already see this is not gonna work out. We're gonna use reverse thrusters just to avoid an overrun. Oh, this might still go wrong. Oh, stop, please. Alright, now into the water. That actually didn't work out. I'm kind of disappointed in myself. Alright, that won't work. Let's try taking off this plane. Actually, taking off from a runway is quite a lot harder than stopping on it on a landing. So, who knows? Maybe. Alright, let's see. Okay, 100 knots. We have used most of the runway already. We're coming close to the end. Let's try taking off somehow now. Come on, lift off, please. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, I can hear water. Alright, you know what? We're actually airborne now, and we're actually gaining altitude and speed. Yeah, no, I actually underestimated this runway. It's actually pretty damn hard. Yeah, this actually didn't work. Maybe let's try something like the 747. We have seen the 747 operate at some very special places, actually in real life as well. I mean, you know, it's worth a try, isn't it? Alright, now the 747. Yeah, this one actually doesn't need as long of a runway as like something like the 777, so this will work out.
30, 20, 10.
Oh, that was not smooth, was it? Alright, let's see if this landing is gonna be successful. Let's put max on the brakes. Yeah, these wheels are not gonna like it. But as you can see, this plane stops in no time. Jesus Christ. This was not a problem. We didn't even use half of the runway. No, this was actually pretty good. But yeah, definitely. Operating a 747 is still not a good idea here, even though it might technically be possible. Now, what can we say about this little airport? You know, with these small, dangerous city airports, I always ask the question, should it be closed? Yeah, should this airport be closed? Definitely not. Again, this is the only airport serving the city of Santa Marta, so the only option that is left pretty much is expanding this runway, you know, in order to be able to have bigger planes operate here, which is definitely gonna be a challenge. You would definitely have to build some kind of special runway extension that goes into the water. It's pretty complicated, and it's gonna be pretty expensive, but whatever. It could definitely be worse. And so, yeah guys, thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you tomorrow. As always, good night. Oh, tail strike.